तुम देख लो मुझे अच्छे से
Every other day, Sahiba and Sanam Sabri, two Delhi teenagers, step out of their house into a world which is forbidding but not forbidden. A world rapidly becoming a thing of the past, where survival requires more than just a mother's benediction.
अल्लाह कामयाब करे, अल्लाह कामयाब करे। अच्छा मिसला लेके चलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
पढ़ के बिस्मिल्लाह यहाँ से हो, पढ़ के बिस्मिल्लाह यहाँ से।
Welcome to a tradition virtually hidden from history, that of women kawwals, better known as kawwalas. Mehrunisa Sabri is not just keeping a rare tradition alive, she's replenishing it by training two of her young daughters in an art form which has traditionally seen a few female practitioners over the centuries. It all began here, 800 years ago, at this dargah of one of Sufism's greatest saint, Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. A stone's throw away from his khanqa, which hosted hundreds of devout of different beliefs at any given time for his spiritual guidance, one of whom was his favorite, Amir Khusro, his murid. Khusro lies buried at this dargah at the foot of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia's grave. Khusro was a man of many parts, a scholar, poet, musician, thinker, and a multilinguist, who not only introduced Qawwali but popularized it by singing in the local language Hindui.
The origins of Qawwali, as we understand it now, is attributed to Hazrat Amir Khusro Dehlvi, who was the beloved disciple of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. You know, this was an idea to create novelty in the music assemblies of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia.
Aulia was a revered figure of the Chishti order, fourth in the formidable line in South Asia, and a disciple of Sheikh Farid of Ajadan, now in Pakistan. Of the four major Sufi orders in the subcontinent which accompanied Central Asian Islam, Chishti was the only Sufi order which permitted music within its fold. Conditions which allowed Amir Khusro to reinvent Qawwali as a devotional art form which had its origins in the 8th century Persia.
हज़रत अमीर खुसरो रहमतुल्लाह अलैह उन्होंने कव्वाली को ईजाद किया और कव्वाली में वो सिर्फ गायकी नहीं ईजाद की पर उसमें जो पैगाम था ना, बड़े से बड़ा पैगाम जो इस कायनात का पैगाम था, हुजूर पाक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, हज़रत मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम सरकार, उन्होंने पैगाम दिया था कि मन कुन्तु मौला, जो पहली कव्वाली उन्होंने फरमाई है और उनकी वो जो तर्ज भी बनाई उन्होंने, मन कुन्तु मौला फ़हाज़ा अलीउल मौला, उन्होंने फरमाया कि जिसका मैं मौला हूँ उसका अली मौला है.
But despite the considerable achievements of Qawwali over the years, there have been only a handful of women Qawwalas. The Sufi genre of Qawwali has been largely associated with men who perform at the side of the mausoleum. Women are allowed here, but they cannot sing Qawwali.
Traditionally, women are not really seen at dargahs. And even in Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia, even if it was, say, a great singer like Abida Parveen, I don't think she would be allowed to sing at the Dargah courtyard, because that's just not been the tradition for 700 years.
However, the history of Sufism bears testimony to great women Sufi saints whose piety and spirituality have been exemplary. Not only have they made great saints, but have excelled as role models.
You have Rabia Basri, Hazrat Rabia Basri, who I think is 9th century, from Basra, Iraq, and she actually gave us the foundation of the philosophy of divine love, where God is the beloved. And obviously that was not looked upon very well at that time, but it has impacted Sufi philosophy forever. Then in the 10th century, there is As-Sulami, the Iranian scholar, who wrote about the lives of 80 Sufi women. So it has been a very, if you look at the Islamic history, there are women who have really exalted in spirituality and have been acknowledged as Sufi women. Their mausoleums exist, people go to their dargahs. In Delhi, we have Mai Sahiba, who is the mother of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. We have Qawwali there as well on particular lit days, and it's a very beautiful dargah. We have Bibi Fatima Sam, who was like a sister to Baba Farid. Her dargah is in Kakanagar in Delhi. And you have Jahan Ara, who was the Sufi princess. I mean, she's buried at the feet of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia.
Women Sufis may be a thing of the past, but their many splendored legacy in India and Pakistan is thriving. Begum Abida Parveen epitomizes it. She is to Sufi singing what Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan was to Qawwali. Abida's pet genre, the Kafi, a solo music form accompanied by percussion and harmonium, using a repertoire of classical Sufi poetry.
कव्वाली जो है वो सीखनी पड़ती है ना, ये सारी चीज़ें जो है सीखने से आती हैं। घरानों में औरतों को नहीं बढ़ाया जाता, क्योंकि बच्चियां हैं ना, नहीं चाहते, गवैये लोग तो अमूमन नहीं चाहते, क्योंकि उनके बच्चे बहुत सुरीले होते हैं। जैसे हमारी बच्चियां हैं बहुत सुरीलियां होती हैं, पर नहीं चाहते हैं लोग के, क्योंकि असल में क्या होता है कि ये पूरी लाइफ देनी पड़ती है उसको।
The history of Qawwali is not just the history of a dying art form, which made Delhi the cradle of subcontinental adab or a syncretic Islamic culture several centuries ago. But also of Qawwali's male chauvinism, a stereotypical male preserve, and its resistance to allowing women any legitimate role or status. Therefore, there were hardly any fresh talent introduced, as fewer ustads were willing to train young girls, if at all.
मस्ती छोड़ दे और यार की गलियों में क्यों कर यार
No wonder Sanam and Saiba Sabri found their first inspiration and mentorship under their mother, Mehrunissa, popularly known as Baby Taj. Back home, life is tough in this two-room flat in Shahadra in New Delhi.
सर अपना झुका सकते नहीं आगे किसी के, सर अपना झुका सकते नहीं.
Long hours of training under mother's strict supervision requires both zeal and perseverance.
जीते हैं बड़ी शान से दीवाने नबी के, हमें दीवाने नबी के, हमें दीवाने नबी के, हमें दीवाने नबी के, हमें दीवाने नबी के. अपनी छब बना.
Though there's more to life than Riyaz, both also attend a local school and in the remaining time help in household tasks.
जब छब देख
In all of this, the toughest to deal with are the age-old mindsets. But at such moments, it is Mehrunissa's larger-than-life persona which keeps them going.
सब छीनी रे मोसे नैना नीला के छाप. एतराज़ लोगों ने ये किया कि लड़की हो के कव्वाली करेंगे. एक तो मेरे फ्रेंड्स जितने थे उन सब ने कहा यार ये लाइन सही नहीं है, तुम पढ़ो पहले उसके बाद ये सब करो. ये सब में क्या रखा है, कुछ नहीं रखा, जॉब वगैरह करो. तो मैंने कहा, मैंने देखा, जब मैंने देख रखा है कि मम्मी को इतनी इज्जत, इतनी बुलंदी, तो मैंने कहा नहीं ये गलत नहीं है, ये सही है. क्योंकि लड़की वो भी कर सकती है जो लड़का कर सकता है. नॉर्मली उन्होंने कहा कि यही बस रहा ज़िंदगी में करने के लिए और कुछ नहीं है. लेकिन इस कव्वाली के चक्कर में मैंने अपने दोस्तों को छोड़ दिया. मैंने कहा नहीं, मेरा फ्यूचर इसी में है. तुम लोगों को पसंद नहीं आता, नहीं आए पसंद, लेकिन मुझे पसंद है, मेरा फ्यूचर इसी में. बल बल जाऊं मैं तोरे रंग रेजुआ. वैसे ही अजीब सा बिहेव करके बोलते हैं कि क्या ये गा पाएंगी, लेकिन फिर हमारा थोड़ा हौसला वैसा हो जाता है कि क्या हम सच में ही स्टेज संभाल पाएंगे. लेकिन जब सुपर वाले का नाम लेके शुरू होते हैं तो बस फिर कामयाबी मिलती है.
नूर में डूबा के मुजस्सम नूर में डूबा.
It's a case of history repeating itself. More than 15 years ago, a passion for Qawwali made Mehrunissa Sabri rebel against her family. Her parents were horrified that their daughter wanted to sing Qawwali. A determined Mehrunissa had her way. She trained under Ustad Iqbal Afzal Sabri from Saharanpur and broke into the male world. But nothing came easy for her, given that she had to fight a system where women singing Qawwali was a taboo.
गुजारा नहीं होता क्योंकि और भी कई तरह के प्रोग्राम होने लगे हैं, साई संध्या, डीजे, ऑर्केस्ट्रा, जागरण. तो सरकार को थोड़ी बहुत मदद करनी चाहिए जो कव्वाली करते हैं, लेडीज या जेंट्स. पहले सरकारी प्रोग्राम इतने हुआ करते थे, दशहरा, विश्वकर्मा, जन्माष्टमी और भी कई 30 त्यौहार हैं, सब पे शो वगैरह हुआ करते थे. लेकिन अब सरकारी प्रोग्राम भी बहुत कम हो रहे हैं, तो सरकार को ये भी प्रोग्राम करवाना चाहिए.
Only problem is that women have, if they at all sang, they preferred singing only classical music, because the kind of ambience where a qawwal has to perform, middle of the night, and one after another, and then people throwing money, showering money, that happens in a qawwali ambience. That may be one of the reasons that it's not that women did not sing or do not sing, but they do not choose qawwali as their profession.
But money seldom came easy to Qawwalas, unlike the popular caricature in Bollywood. Take the case of 55-year-old Naz Warsi, who began singing Qawwali at the age of 14. Dedicating the best years of her life in the service of the sublime art. But in return, she's got little, very little. She barely manages to make both ends meet. The loneliness of Naz Warsi is at once a metaphor for the vanishing art of Qawwalas, of its dying a slow death in the land of its birth. A neglected art form can only beget practitioners who are neglected. A cash-strapped government can ill afford to patronize women Qawwalas, especially when they have to fight for government largesse with other, more established art forms.
Women Qawwali groups seem to be few and far between. I myself haven't come across any in the near past. But that doesn't mean that they can't be encouraged. I think that they can. Basically, they'll really have to stand on their own feet. It's only if they attract audiences that they will really be able to flourish.
But it was not always like this. Originally from Etawah in Uttar Pradesh, Naz travelled widely, giving concerts in Germany, Canada and France. Those were the days when the government had the money, and Sahitya Kala Parishad and the Urdu Academy gave her ample patronage.
मेल माशरा है, उन्होंने अपना एक नियम कानून बना रखा, साहब औरतें दरगाह में नहीं जाएगी। दूसरा जेंट्स कव्वाल हैं जो इस लाइन में हैं, जो कव्वाली करते हैं या गज़ल गाते हैं, आर्टिस्ट हैं जो भी हैं, वो लोग नहीं चाहते हैं कि फीमेल आगे आए। अब तो मेल ही मेल छाए हुए हैं। किसी ने हज़रत निज़ामुद्दीन दरगाह पकड़ी हुई है, किसी ने कुतुब साहब पकड़ा हुआ है, किसी ने मटके शाह पकड़ा हुआ है, किसी ने कहीं पकड़ा हुआ है। वहाँ लोग आते हैं, ज़ायरीन आते हैं, वहीं से वहीं उनके कांटेक्ट हो जाते हैं। यहाँ तक कोई आ ही नहीं पाता, वो लोग आगे बढ़ने नहीं देते।
Old faithfuls like Shakil Ahmed, her musician for decades, who defied established cultural norms of male domination by working under a woman singer, still choose to work with her.
20 साल से मैं इनके साथ में काम कर रहा हूँ। उससे पहले मेरे फादर यहाँ इनके साथ काम करते थे और मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगता है कि हिंदुस्तान का शायद कोई शहर बाकी हो इनके साथ मैंने काम ना किया हो। हिंदुस्तान के बाहर भी गया हूँ मैं, दुबई, पाकिस्तान, सब इनके साथ प्रोग्राम किया मैंने और मुझे बहुत सुकून मिलता है इनके साथ काम करके। और मेरी दुआ है कि जब तक मैं ये काम कर रहा हूँ उनके साथ ही रहूँगा।
In India, Qawwali never had it easy. Popular Bollywood music was always the biggest competition. After its Bollywoodization, Qawwali changed and was radically transformed since the days of Khusro, as it spilled out of the khankas of North India and Pakistan into the global marketplace. as music went global and accessible with rapid digitization. But this did not augur well for the smaller performers who were hit badly. Those who lacked the finances to sell and market their talents and compete with newer forms of music. The influence of filmi Qawwali as a means of communicating reinvented Sufi message is unmistakable. Qawwali's underlying theme of unconditional physical and spiritual surrender to God was borrowed and adapted to films. Bollywood can take credit for not just feminizing the art form, but bringing it to the average Indian home and taking it beyond the dargahs.
Qawwali has also evolved as a non-Sufi tradition where you have poetry but sung in the Qawwali form. So all of Qawwali is not necessarily sacred music. And so we see that in Bollywood or in the Bombay films, we see Qawwali, not women singing Qawwali, but if I am not wrong, I think that is really not in the devotional tradition. It is usually just as songs. It has lent glamour to the genre of women qawwals, but I wouldn't think that it really reflects the reality that we see today.
Chanchal Bharti's passion for Qawwali emerged out of the unique musical milieu of a far more liberal Banaras. But her tale of disappointment in a struggle to reach the top is similar to that of the Sabris. Clearly, the taboo against women performers is not religion specific.
मुझे मॉरिशस भेजा जा रहा था, सेमिनार था, उर्दू का ही सेमिनार था। तो अब वहाँ से सारी तैयारी हो गई, सारा सब कुछ हो गया। अचानक 2 दिन पहले ये हुआ कि नहीं साहब, आप नहीं जा सकती। क्यों नहीं जा सकते? तो वहाँ से ये ऑर्डर आया है कि कोई फीमेल आर्टिस्ट सूफीज़म के लिए यहाँ नहीं आ सकती उर्दू के सेमिनार में कव्वाली गाने के लिए।
If the professional world discriminated for no fault of hers, the opposition from within the family did not end either, not even after marriage. Expectedly, this time it came from her husband's family, who looked down upon their daughter-in-law's passion as a bane that invoked unnecessary attention from inquisitive neighbors and narrow-minded relatives. But support came from her husband, who was not willing to stifle his wife's innate talent. He helped her fight a difficult social setup and to eventually strike a balance between work and family.
हमारे घर वालों ने भी ऑब्जेक्शन किया, फिर भी हमने सोचने के बाद में फ़ैसला ये किया कि भाई इनका इन्होंने सवाल हमसे रखा है तो इसका जवाब यही दिया जाए कि इनको इजाज़त दी जाए। और हमने इनको इस तरह का काम करने के लिए इजाज़त भी दी और जहाँ तक हमसे हो सका हमने सहयोग भी दिया। अच्छे गुरु की तलाश की, अच्छे गुरु की जब तलाश की, फिर इनको जो उनका शिष्य बनाया, फिर कव्वाली के गुरु की तलाश की, कव्वाली के गुरु का इनको शिष्य बनाया। तो ये सारी चीज़ें रहीं। तकलीफ़ें तो बहुत हुई, समाज की भी रहीं, दुनिया की भी रहीं, बच्चों से भी, मतलब ये कि काफ़ी एजुकेशन में जब थे बच्चे तो परेशानी रही, लेकिन वही है कि हमने उसको संभाला और इनका सहयोग दिया ताकि ये कुछ बन सके।
Today, she earns enough and manages television appearances. She's even been feted by the President of India. Now, life has come full circle, even as her grandchildren are turning out to be Qawwali enthusiasts, humming lines they've picked up from their grandmother. There is little doubt that lack of opportunities, along with the failure to capitalize on existing resources, unchanging mindsets, and the remorseless march of history has put Qawwalas at the receiving end. But it has not dimmed the passion of its Gen Next practitioners like Sanam and Sahiba, who are optimistic that Qawwali will regain its lost glory.
मैंने अपने बारे में यही देखा, मैं अपने आप को अच्छा आर्टिस्ट देखना चाहती हूँ, अच्छी कव्वाला अपने नाम में पूरी दुनिया में चाहती हूँ, मेरा नाम हो, ये चाहती हूँ मैं। और जितनी लड़कियाँ हैं जिन्होंने मेरा साथ छोड़ा, जो लड़कियाँ चाहती हैं कि नहीं करना चाहिए था, गलत है ये, मैं उनको ये दिखाना चाहती हूँ कि इसमें कितनी इज़्ज़त है और कितना सबके दिलों में प्यार है कव्वाली को लेके। मैं भी चाहती हूँ कि मेरा भी नाम हो, शोहरत हो, इज़्ज़त हो मेरी मम्मी की तरह, यही चाहती हूँ मैं बस।
A few kilometers away from the dargah of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia, devotees throng his mother, Zulekha Bibi, or Mai Sahiba's mazar at Delhi's Achini. It is said that the saint was always here in moments of crisis, spending hours meditating, seeking her spiritual guidance in utter solitude. Mai Sahiba had single-handedly brought him up after his father died young, on values of piety and devotion. 8 centuries later, the tradition is still alive. The irony is inescapable. Women could give and seek solace, but were prohibited from singing the song of spiritual oneness with him.